Let's kick it off.
What's up, Grow Nation?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Grow Show.
Let's grow. Welcome back to the Grow Show. I'm here with my partners in growth, Scott Scully, the growth guru.
Hello, Eric.
Jeff Winters, the sheriff.
Nothing.
The
you were just
sheriff.
gonna say nothing. I was
The average
nobody
sheriff.
from nowhere.
We are missing the B2B league queen today. Amy is out with her family today. We wish her a happy day, but we got to hold down the fort. We got to keep it going. And you know how we start. What's going on in Jeff jail today? No headphones. You missed those sounds. I like
I can
the
sort of hear it
sounds.
through the sounds. I was getting derided by my wife, and I would say biggest fan, but not biggest critic. And she said, "You look like a dope with the headphones on." And I said, "I can do something about that." There's so many things she doesn't like about me that I can't fix, but that is one thing I can fix. No headphones. All right, every single week, I'm putting a group of sales reps into what I call Jeff jail. I'm punishing them for not necessarily a law that they broke or a sin, but they've offended my sensibilities. And for me, that's plenty. This week, the group of sales reps, and I had a bad occurrence with this, the group of sales reps that are going to Jeff jail are those sales reps that are pounding executives with questions during discovery. They come into a sales call with a big cough. I love it. I was going to use them as an example.
I just
came
took you
right
off
through
track.
with a dry,
I'm so
good
sorry.
dry cough. That's what I needed. Making you sick. It's contagious. These sales reps are determined to ask executives who are not on your call to answer your questions. And it is bothersome. It is awful, and it is a massive turnoff. And you can sell like this to certain groups of people, but for executives who are generally fast, outline formatted, tell me the end first, don't tell me the long story, tell me the short story. If you ask us a bunch of questions in the beginning, we're lost. Doesn't mean you can't ask questions. According to our friends at Gong, friend of the program, as I say each week, 11 to 14 questions is the number of questions you should ask. Some sales reps are determined to ask them all in the beginning. I'm going to ask you 11 questions. I have personally seen Scott Scully, our own growth guru, in a sales meeting with a sales rep asking questions. You've got about 3. You've got 3, and he's just glazing. And I am too. I had an experience this week. Somebody's trying to sell me something. They're just asking me. I've done sales forever. He's done sales forever. Eric, you too. They're asking me obvious discovery questions for 15 minutes. And I know what you're thinking. No problem, no sale. Jeff, you've talked in the past ad nauseum. You have to ask questions. Of course you do. But you got to know your audience. Do not ask CEOs, EVPs. Don't ask executives a ton of questions up front. You'll lose them. Ask them throughout. Be a thief in the night. Do it like an expert. Scott, I've seen people lose you on this. Tell the people.
Well, you already know where I am on this. Like we wrestle back and forth here about even where to have discovery questions. And I always feel like, from my past, I felt like I had to earn the right to be there and get them excited about the conversation before they'd even let me ask particular questions. When someone sits down with me and just rocks a shitload of questions in a row, and I'm not even sold on why I should be there yet,
Right.
it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
And that's a really good point. He has the perfect quintessential example, the perfect personality type of someone who will hate this. Eric, you are too.
Yeah. What's worse than Jeff jail? Is there like a sales death row? Because here's where this gets even worse.
Where
you pitch your champion.
Yeah.
And you already have all the answers to the questions. And then you get on the follow-up call, and then you ask the next guy all the questions.
All the questions.
Where you have a great opportunity in the beginning to recap to that CEO, hey, Scott, I'm really excited to talk with you today. I spoke with Jeff. He shared this, and this about your company. Is there any context you'd like to add there? Good. I'm done. I'm into what I'm doing. Like, and people are like, well, now that I have you on here, I'd love to ask you a couple questions. How about this? What color's your fence? Do you have a dog? Do you like your dog? No. Not for me.
let me tell you what to do instead. I am so appreciative when I get on a call and somebody gets it. Where they go, Jeff, I talked to your team already. Here's what I understand to be true. Do you want the long story? You want the short story? And I go, I want the short story. And then they tell me the short story, and then we can have a conversation, because that's what executives do.
Yep.
That's how executives behave. Think of who they are. They're used to being in meetings all day and questioning things. That you can do. The second thing you could do, and I'm stealing this from CEO ZoomInfo said this. If you come on a call and tell me something interesting about my industry or company that I don't know, that's money for me.
Yep.
Hey, I've done the research. I've looked at your sellers. They're posting on LinkedIn an average of 0.5 times a week. I'd be like, what? I'm like, yeah, your sellers, your sales team, you got 17 of them. They're posting half a time per week. Do you know that most people that are successful in sales are posting 5 times a week? Okay, now you've got me with something interesting.
Yep.
Okay. The other thing you could do, jump right in and give me 3 minutes. Why should I be there? To Scott's point, why should I be in this room? I need to know, because all of us, we know the most precious resource in the world is time. Time, and we're super conscious of it. All executives are. So those are a couple of thoughts of how you can attack this. But those of you who are jumping on and seeing executives' eye rolls, seeing their cameras turn off, seeing them look like they're distracted, seeing them look like they're in pain, guess what? They are. Because you're asking too many questions.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Good job. Preach, Jeff. Preach.
That's a sitting ovation.
That is a sitting ovation. That is great.
Jeff, I'll give you an A.
Yeah,
today.
that was
that
an
good?
A. I think that was good.
That was solid
I'm
stuff.
so gratified.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Solid stuff.
Why, thank you.
Need to hear it. Need to hear it out there. Now we're on to our growth guru. Started this company from scratch in 2009. Inc. 5000, what, 10 times, 11 times now? He goes through this every single week, and he goes and finds what's the biggest nugget I can share with you all that I have gotten in my years of experience that can help you run your business today. And the one he's about to talk about today, which is the importance of making a team, is what he said. If I was a consultant, this is what I would do. This is what I go in and tell every business that I'd work with. So tune in. Scott, what do we got today?
First of all, Jeff, I'd like to apologize for coughing during your section. I know how that can take you off track, but I still think you're amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Eric's right. So I'm definitely not the funny one on the podcast for sure. These guys are so much better at this. But I guess my role in this is, hey, Scott, you've been around for 35 years. You've been involved in 3 businesses. Talk about the things that are working, the things that don't work. And today, not to overshadow all of the other things that we talk about in this particular section, but Eric is right. Today, it's going to be a little longer. Pull out your pen, take notes, because I really do think this is the most important thing that I'll talk about on this show. Eric's right. If I was a consultant and if I wasn't doing this and I was helping businesses grow and become more successful, I would go through these 10 steps. These 10 steps are the things that you need to do to build a team. If you do that, you become more profitable. Your company's a hell of a lot easier to run. You grow faster, or maybe you grow, period. And it just becomes so much harder to compete with you, whether you have a product or service. My assumption is you want those things. And in order to do those things, you have to have a team. And a team wins over individuals all day long. The weird thing is, in sports, we think about it. How do I have the best team? And in business, we don't always think about it. We think about hiring, I don't know, somebody that's good at welding. Or we think about a good HVAC service tech. But we're not thinking about the global picture and how I create a tight team that wins. And again, if you do that, your business is in a better spot. So number 1, set a clear mission. Do you have one? If you're listening out there, what is it? Where are you going? Why? Okay. And where does that individual fit into the overall scope? Set the mission. And I know that a lot of you write business plans and put a mission together, but does everybody really understand the mission? Are they living the mission? Do they know their role in order for you guys to win as an organization? Not to just perform well as an individual, but why their individual role is important in accomplishing the overall mission of the organization. Number 2, hire for attitude, not talent. And man, is this hard, because in the interview process, that's pretty difficult to pull that out, right? And a lot of you that are listening are probably thinking, yeah, but I need the best accountant, or I need the best technician, or I need the best salesperson. Well, I'll tell you, 35 years of watching this, a average skilled person with an unbelievable attitude beats the shit out of the skilled person with a crappy attitude all day long. Hire for the skill, but most importantly for the attitude, can win all day long. Number 3, over communicate all the time. We might do a little of this here. What are the clear expectations? Okay. Real-time feedback all the time. Consistency. Don't go in and out of these things that you're doing from a communication perspective. Communicate consistently and always be backing up the vision. Okay. So over communicate all the time. Number 4, set the standards and enforce them. You know, what's quality of work? What does that mean to you? What kind of attitude are we looking for? What does accountability in this organization mean? And I got to tell you, if you don't enforce your standards, you don't have standards. And I know that 95% of you that are listening right now or watching are letting somebody, because they're a high performer, get around the standards. And you have no idea what that's actually doing to your organization. You got standards, you hold them, you set them, you hold people accountable to them. Number 5, reward the right behavior. Kind of self-explanatory. You see somebody doing things right that tie into what they're supposed to be doing, what the vision is, what the mission is. Reward them on the spot. Let people see that. A lot of you will discipline the underperformers as opposed to rewarding the people that are doing things. You're seeing it in sports all day long where they're going to the sidelines and putting the chain on or dunking the ball when they come back. And you know what teams you see doing that? Freaking winning teams.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I want to be acknowledged. And then that person that isn't getting acknowledged, they want that reward or that recognition. That will bring the people along further than picking out the people that aren't doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. Number 6, give them a scoreboard. Every player, you know, we do it here. We've got an A player score. Their individual A player score rolls up to their manager rolls up to their manager, you know, all the way up to the CEO at the organization. But you have to have a scoreboard, and there's got to be some daily stuff in there. Daily, weekly, monthly. And it isn't maybe just about calls. It could be about engagement or attitude or things like that that are a little more difficult to measure, but have a scoreboard. Hang with me with just a few more, but number 7, transparency. And you might be afraid to do this, but if you do this as the leader of your organization, people are going to understand why you're wanting them to do certain things. You might not be making money. Tell them. Like, share the goals, the challenges, admit weakness. Tell them what you're bad at. Say, like, I'm so glad that I have you on the team because I'm suck at this. That's why you're here. I'm bad at this. You're good at that. I'm good at this. Together as a team, we're so much more powerful. But talk about transparency. A lot of times people are freaking out as leaders and changing things on the spot. But if, for instance, if your company's not doing well and things need to turn quickly, like, have the courage to tell them that and involve them in that. And they may even have some ideas on how to fix the problem. And they may not be the ones that you just came up with to fix that problem. So be transparent. Number 8, develop your people all the time. People do not want to be stagnant, especially the young people today. They want to always be learning. And if there's vision and they know where they can grow and you're constantly giving them that, we have more powerful people. Number 9, remove the wrong people quickly. Back to that high performer again. You have one, I know you do, right now, and they're an asshole. And you have no idea what that is doing to your organization. And other people are seeing it, and they're watching it. And then back to that standards thing. If you're allowing them to do that and not holding them accountable, it is, and it may be going well for you right now, but you have no idea how well it could be going for you if you got rid of the person that has a bad attitude, because that spreads like wildfire. They're talking on the phone. They're meeting for a drink at the bar, and they're talking about you, your organization, and what sucks. Even though they might be doing a good job in their job, they're murdering your company. And number 10 is lead by example. If you're going to demand hunger, then you got to be hungry yourself. It's the hours, it's the what you wear, it's the work ethic, it's the accountability to your tasks, all of those things. You're never, ever going to get somebody to do something if you're not willing to do it yourself. If you want them to show up early and leave late and you're at home, good luck. Good luck. And here's the bonus. And this is the most important thing. And I know most of the people that are listening have not set this up. Who are you playing the game against? Now you've developed a team, but who are you up against? And it could be the other HVAC company across town that's been around for 50 years, and you're the up-and-comer and you want to steal their clients because you're offering better service, you're more timely, you're more cost-effective, you got a better solution. Or it could be that you want to have the best phone on the market or the best chip on the market. Who are you up against? Do your people know? And is there just is there a common enemy? All right, I'm going to wrap this up by saying this. I think we talked about it on the last show. We took a group of people that were not doing well, sales team, small team. We put them to the side, and they sold 4 or 5 times more than they had the previous month. They did a lot of these things. They had the highest percent to goal out of all the different sales teams. Okay. And these were people that were super talented, quite frankly, but those particular individuals might not have been playing as a team, but they scored a big victory. We all watched it. We were all proud of them. And as I kind of dwell on why and what happened, it's these things. It is these exact things. And in 1 month, they came together as a team. I saw yesterday one individual that heard that their teammate got a deal. Like, it was a really cool story about this guy that hadn't signed a contract. I watched one individual, Joe, that was on this team now, and I saw him jump out of his chair and scream when Seb got a deal. I'm like, we did it. It happened.
Yep.
30 days later, what we needed to have happen happened. They're a team. They're a team now. He cared so much about Seb getting a deal, and that's, we still have work in our organization to do this. And the thing that I'll say is, if you have a lot of people and you're deep into it, you might need to start with a department or start with a small group, realize success, and then kind of build it from there. So I know that this was long, but man, if you're going to do anything, listen to this again, really internalize those 10 steps, put them into action, and I think your business will be different.
Yeah, I think this is great. And there's a lot here. I feel like the area I want to key on is what you talked about, like removing the negativity, and it ties into hiring attitude before talent as well. I used to think of this, and I have to constantly remind myself of, let's say you have a sales team of 10 sales reps and all of their goals are $10,000 a month, for example. You have one sales rep who does $20,000 a month, but that sales rep brings everybody down about 20%. So that means the other reps, theoretically, it's not a perfect science, are selling $8,000 on their $10,000 goal. So you remove that salesperson, you pick up $18,000 in sales, plus everybody's a hell of a lot happier. So I think you get in a lot of situations where you feel like you're handcuffed and you have an individual that's running the show, and if you lost their performance, you're just thinking, okay, I just subtract their number, and I just don't think it always plays out like that.
What a spectacular list. I think I'm not going to add to it. I'm going to give you the bad news, though. The bad news is this is so fragile. Once you have it, it's so fragile. And you as a leader need to know that this is not a slow cooker. You can't put the chicken in, add a little cup of soup, leave for work for 8 hours, and come back and you got a meal. This is not that.
It's not a crock pot.
It's not a crock pot. It's not a crock pot. This is cooking fish in a saute pan, okay? If you leave it on for a second too long, it's dry. If you take it off too early, your family's getting sick. You got to watch this thing like a hawk. You got to be because it's a little this, a little bit of dash of that, a little dash of this. And you got to keep, it's a living organism, right? I mean, this thing, and one person can break it, and it's not the person you think, and they can break it in a day, and you got to keep the standard. You got to hold the standard. You got to monitor this. This is so fragile, but when you have it, there's nothing better.
Yeah, and a group of individuals can succeed when everything is going right. But the real test is like when the adversity hits. Like these guys that you pulled, they were in the adversity together. Like they have now built something where they'll be able to handle the tough times together, and pull each other up. And I think you might look at your organization and be like, oh, we have a team. We have a great team. We're doing well. Check it out in that month you don't do so well. How's it? Did the fingers start pointing? Does people start shifting blame? Or are they saying like what you? Or are they saying what we need to do? And that's a good test.
You said something important about how you have to watch it all. So now there's like more people. We're doing a little sales reorganization. Yep. So now there's people joining that team. It is going to be really hard work to make sure now that the new individuals that are coming into that team realize why we were having success, some of the things we believe in and do, right? And it's not like they weren't doing some good things before, but like if people are joining a new team, there might be just a difference in how that particular team's doing things, and it can upset the team if they don't kind of get in line and become part of the team and they're all doing the same things. We can't have people join that team and be individuals and do certain things that they were doing before if we want to have success.
Without question. The fish gets dry. You can't leave it on too long. That's the perfect example.
Do you cook a lot of fish?
As evidenced by this analogy, I cook no fish. But
so you got his family sick.
Also, clearly I eat no fish either.
So they just call that sushi. Isn't that just sushi, uncooked fish?
Right.
Yeah, right.
That is what they call that.
Yeah. Does that make you sick?
This man did so much work. Incredible. You gave that insight. Isn't that what they call raw fish sushi? Gave you the keys to the kingdom. You're coming with isn't raw fish sushi.
I'm just saying, I don't think you get sick from it. But anyway, we're here. Well, I'm gonna fill in for Amy today, our B2B league queen. I guess that makes me the B2B league king. Can you call me the king from now on? Would that be fun? Sounds like it'll be fun. What we're going to talk about today real quick is when things are aligned, close rate goes up, right? And what we have found is there's a couple ways to handle this. Is we've done round robin a lot in our organization where, you have a team of SDRs and you have a team of sales reps, and everyone kind of spreads out things equally, and then they get spread amongst each other equally. And the key word there is equally. That's the key reason to do it. You keep things kind of fair across the board. But you miss out on a lot of things when you don't align. And so what we have done recently and seen some really good results from it is we have created alignment where you are directly working with an individual. And there's 5 key things that I feel like come of this that we weren't getting when we were in a round robin. First one is trust. When you become familiar with someone, you know what they like, you know what they don't like, you know what they're good at, you know what they're not good at. You start to trust that individual, and trust creates communication. It creates belief. It creates a lot of other positive side effects of working together with that individual. The second thing is the shared mission. So when you're kind of round robin and everything's going all over the place, you're not really like you're talking about, common enemy, bought together team. It really brings that together and it keeps people focused on the same outcome. Third thing is messaging. So you don't think about this, but every rep sounds a little bit different and every sales rep does it a little bit different, as much as we would like it to be specific. But you start to have a unified message in a way that your company is represented to the prospect. Fourth thing, which I think is honestly the most important, ultimate results get prioritized. When an SDR is sitting in a room by themselves, not by the people, not tied in, they're like, my job is to get the foot in the door and your job is to sell it. When you're aligned and you're working together, it's clear. Like, I need to get these pitches in these markets and you need to close these deals and we're going to work together to do it and prioritize that. And then the last one is iron sharpens iron. Puts, in a round robin place, not in a negative way, but you can kind of hide in the shadows, right? It's not brought to the forefront where other people can make up for lack of performance in certain areas. In this world, it's wide open. It's very clear to see who's doing it and who's not, and they're going to be able to work with each other and develop one another to do that. So not that all of you are in a position where you have a ton of SDRs in sales, but just think about this. This applies to sales. It applies to a lot of things, like getting people, and it ties in with Scott's theme. I just couldn't be a bigger believer in, as you align things become more clear. People know their mission. They know exactly what they're going to do. And yes, there's some cons with it where you're a little exposed to maybe poor performers or whatever it is. But ultimately, I think this has been a really positive thing for us. And I think we've gone full circle in a couple different ways here. Scott, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts. If you're listening to Eric, you might be thinking, let's say you have salespeople. Alignment can happen in a lot of different ways. Hell, it could happen on the line, producing a vehicle. But if you have salespeople and SDRs, and you had 10 salespeople and 10 SDRs, and you wanted to do direct alignment, one of the things you're thinking about right now is that one rep gets an SDR that may not have been setting as many appointments as another SDR. And what I would say is, you might not know that the number 8 SDR, when this happens, could actually be better than the others because of how important it is for them to understand who they're setting appointments for and to be calling in a particular territory and to just know their game a little bit more. I think you'll be surprised. And the other thing is, it just quite frankly puts a little onus on the person they're aligned with to also help from a development perspective. And then if it doesn't work, at least you have, it's easier to pinpoint than when you're doing round robin. And in an SDR leadership team, quite frankly, if someone's a little low, that's where that person should be leaning into support to make sure there's some equality from a salesperson perspective. But I love it, and I think we should stick to that rule all the time.
I want to talk about alignment in the context of motivation. Do not underestimate how powerful not wanting to disappoint someone or let someone down is as a motivator. It's one thing I don't want to let the team down. That's kind of nebulous. Like, I can let the sales team down, like the big sales team, they'll figure it out. I don't want to let Bob down. That's totally different. And it's a massive motivator for me. I go into we have these executive leaders, basically a board meeting every week. And every week we give metrics. And I crane over not having my metrics at 100% every single week. Not because of anything other than I don't want to let Scott and Eric and the rest of the group down. Period. That is my most powerful motivator. I think a lot of people are like that. And when you put me and align me and take it out of sales, I'm an operations person and I'm aligned to Ian's team. Are you going to want to go to the meeting and say, oh, I didn't complete my tasks and I let Ian down? Yeah. No, you don't. And it's a really powerful motivator for a lot of people. Make it a connection, make it a relationship. Make sure that you're using that because they will be better for it. Eric, I think it's a really important topic. I wouldn't underestimate not letting people down is a massive motivator for a lot of people.
When alignment is tight, close rates spike.
Oh.
Speaking of letting people
down. Did he
down,
make a comeback?
When alignment is tight, close rates spike. You may think that doesn't rhyme, but some would say.
You've let down so many people with that. Like, yes, our listeners, but like the entire lyrical community.
I liked it.
He likes it.
Doesn't have to rhyme exactly. And
you just say it quick. Spike.
Literally, anyone who has ears.
He's a
you've let
former
down.
rapper.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
a
talk to
former
me
rapper.
about rhyming.
And that
You
is
can talk to
why-
me about a lot of things. Don't talk to me about rhyming.
And that is why he's not a current rapper.
Dang, the sheriff.
He had pretty good game.
All right, we are here. We have made it to what we all care about, to do or not to do. And I feel very passionate about this one. I am... thank you for the music, Ryan. Thank you. I am very interested on your takes on this because I know what the etiquette says. I know what they want you to do. But that's not how we got here. That's not how we got here in this great country of ours. We didn't just follow the rules. We didn't pay those taxes to the British, right?
Oh.
We're here. What is that wrong?
Shocked you knew.
Okay. A little bit of a historian myself. We're here because we went the other way. We took the societal norms, and we made our own. And so I am declaring war on when you are out to eat with a group of people that you have to wait to eat your food until everybody else gets their food. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. Let's start with you, Jeff.
The faster dinner can be over, the better. So if this is there for that, game on. I do not want to be at a restaurant for 1 second longer than is absolutely mandatory to finish my meal and end the enjoyment. It's not to say I don't like it. I do like it. I just want it to be over when it's over, and I don't want it to be over any longer than that.
Do you
Period.
wait? Do you wait to eat until everybody gets their food?
I do, but I only do that because of social conventions.
You're afraid to stand out.
I paid the taxes.
Go your own way.
I paid the British.
I choose to hang out with people that would never make me wait.
100%.
That's a great
Me too.
way to say it.
My closest friends that if I'm out at dinner, I'm usually with them, would think I was crazy for not totally diving into my meal. It's hot.
It's hot. It is only getting colder. That's the thing. They bring it out. It's only going one direction.
Plus, unless you are somewhere where you're paying too much, where there's 4 people bringing your food out and laying it out all at the same time, like it's just kind of even more common now that stuff comes. They'll bring it out of the kitchen at different time periods based on what you ordered.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more acceptable.
And here's the thing. Now, I'm not talking like, high-class restaurant, but maybe you're at a steakhouse, you get some fries, you offer some fries to the person who doesn't have their food yet. Like, I'm not going to not offer you. Like, you can have an onion ring. I will be eating my steak while you're waiting on whatever you ordered, your fish that got undercooked, and now you're sick.
Jeff does not like to share food, if you remember. He's a
You don't share food?
No, I hate it. But I will say this, now that I'm ruminating on this idea, here would be the drawback for me. It could put me in a position where I am sitting there longer watching you eat while I sit there.
That is tough. That's where you get another drink.
And that sounds painful.
Yeah.
I do not like drinks after I eat. I have no interest in that whatsoever. When I eat, that's the end of the drinking.
He's a little.
That's the beginning of the sleeping.
We learn a lot about you on this show.
I don't see why people would do that.
Dessert. How about dessert?
Love dessert.
Yeah, you can get a little dessert while they're eating their food.
Carrot cake, baby. Vegetables.
Oh.
Are you okay eating the dessert while they're finishing their meal?
Oh, sure. This has
think that
nothing
should
to
be
do
allowed.
with any etiquette.
Yeah, that
Should
should
be
be allowed.
allowed.
But
Should
like,
be allowed.
I would love for the meal to end when I'm done, and then I would like to leave. However, the mechanics happen before that is fine.
So everyone's eating. If you finish first, you can get up and say, have a good night and go home.
However it works. I don't care if they're finished first, I'm finished first. That's irrelevant. I just want, when I am done with the last bite of food, my night is then gone into the pre-bedtime routine.
Honestly, I'm cool with that. We should make that a thing.
Just
you
get
can
up
leave
and
early. If you got to leave me early because you're done eating, go ahead.
Feel free.
Yeah, take off.
We've said all needs to be said.
If you knew you could do that, would you eat faster?
It's great. I eat pretty
It's
fast.
actually
I don't-
impossible for
I don't
me.
think I could. I think science would be defied.
The laws of gravity. All right. Well, great episode today. Hope you guys had some good takeaways. Follow us, like, subscribe, and until next time, let's grow.
Let's
Let's
grow.
grow.